In this video we are going to add some text to our health and mana bar. As of right now we can simply look at the bar and see how much health we have left by seeing how full it is. But we would also like to add some text to it so that we can read how much we have left, so that we can actually see the value. And it's also going to make it easier for us to determine how much health we have if we can read the value. So this video is going to be a little short, but I hope that's okay since the last video was kind of long, so I felt like I couldn't put this in the last video, so it wouldn't be too long. Anyway, so the first thing we have to do is to add some text to our bars here. So if we select our health, we can right click on health and say UI and select text. Then you'll see it will spawn a text asset. We can just take that text box here and make it smaller. And basically I would like it to have the same size as my actual health bar. So right now it disappeared, and that's because the text is too large for it to be in here. So I can just reduce the font size and you'll see the text will pop back up again. The next thing I want to do is to center it. So I select my text and center it both places here. And what I would like to write is like something like 100/100 health, like so, right now. So you might notice that it's actually very blurry. So to unblur it, we can actually take the scale here and set to 0.5 and 0.5 for the scale of the text. And then instead of scaling down, we can actually take the font size and make it a little larger. And then again, you can take this one and make it bigger again, as you can see here. And there we go. So now it should have the same size as that one. Now the font size 36, that's too much. Now you can see it's not as blurry as before. So you can always keep adjusting the scale. The lower the scale, the better the quality of the text will be. So I'm not happy with this kind of text, this font here. And you can see you can change a font on a text here. So if you actually go to, let's see here our, let's see if I can find something here. There we go. So if you go to your C drive and you go to your Windows folder, then there's something called fonts. And inside then all the fonts that you have on your computer will be in here. So you can actually just pick any font here and use it in your game. So I'm going to look for a font and then I'm going to use it here. So the font that I'm going to go for is, where is it? There. Showcard Gothic here. I'm going to use that. So I'm going to Control C to copy it. Then I'm going to go to my folder, asset folder, create folder, and call this one fonts. Then I'm going to open it up and show in Explorer. Right click, show in Explorer. I'm going to paste my new font here. So it should paste a TTF file. This TTF file can be used for your text. So if you go to the text here, you can take the new TTF file and drag it onto the font place here. And now you'll see that it replaced the original font. Then you can go down here and set the color. I would like it to be white. So the next thing I can do is to duplicate my text, put it as child object of my mana, like so, and then drag it from up here down here. So now I have mana and health. So if we maximize now, I think I'm pretty happy with this text here. It seems okay, it's not blurry, and I can read what's written there. So right now we don't have the actual value, because when I reduce this, it still says 100 of 100. And we want it to increase or decrease based on how much health and mana we have. So we need to open up our stat script. So our stat need a reference to that text. And give me a second, I'm just going to move my Visual Studio in on the screen here. There we go. So what do I want to do? Well, I need to make a text. So let's see here, what do we have? We have this. So if I write private text and I write stat value. So this is my stat value text. To be able to use the text, you need to have included Unity Engine.ui if you haven't done it already up here. Then I'm going to do like this and serialize my field and save. The next thing I'm going to do is to make sure that this one reflects the actual value. So I can actually just go to my function called, or my property called my current value, because every time we set the value, this code here is called. So I can actually say, well, my stat value dot text, because this is now stat value, and to access the text on it, we say dot text to get the text script, and then we can actually, or we say dot text to get this text area here, and we can actually change the text. So we just say dot text equals current, my current value dot my current value, or actually I think I'm just going to use current value. There's no reason to use my current, plus like this, and then we're going to have the max value plus max value. So if you want a space, you can make a space in between here. So now we have the current value, for example 50, and the max value, which could be 100, and we're going to set it on the stat value text. So every time we change the value, or the stats value, then it will update the text. So if we save this and go back here, select our health, and take this new text here and drag it onto the empty spot here, called stat value. And if we take mana and drag it text over here, just rename this one to value text, just to make it more understandable. So now when we play, this one should update to 50, this one should stay 100. Let's try. So this one is 50 now, and this is 100. And if I reduce it, it will fit the actual value of the stat, like so. And I can also increase it, and it will also increase. So this text is basically optional. Maybe you don't want it here, you can also move it next to it. Maybe you want percentage written, well then you can just calculate how much percentage you have left. So that's all I want to do in this video. I know it was very short, but yeah, I figured that I would like to add that before going on with other things. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching my video. Please remember that InScope Studios is a community founded page, so please consider clicking the support link on the screen to see how you can support me and get something back in return.